Attack of the Titans? Nah, just a lousy vacation. Hi everyone, I'm Jacob, I'm the Cowhat Librarian, and I've got another graphic novel to talk about tonight. And this one is Grace Needs Space by Benjamin E. Wilgus and Rii Abrego. Grace lives with her mom. They live in an orbital colony where there's not a lot of room, and they live a not so exciting life. Her mom is a talented engineer and does repairs and other maintenance to keep the colony running at peak efficiency. Her work is important, but it isn't exciting. She's there to be a reliable, steady Eddie and keep the colony spinning smoothly. Well, Grace is in the mood for some adventure though, and when she has a chance to take a trip to Titan with her ba on her spaceship, she is thrilled. She does all the research she can about Titan and tells her mom at length about the methane lakes on Titan and this, that, and the other thing that she'll see on her trip, and she cannot wait to blast off with Kendra. And so Grace gets on the ship with her and they take off, and the acceleration burn is exciting, and it's replaced by tedium and boredom and nothing. Kendra has spent so little time with Grace and so much time alone making these cargo runs and the like that she doesn't think much of Grace's offers to help her with things, even when Grace tells her that she helps her mom with things and hands her tools and stuff. And she doesn't have time for conversations with Grace about Titan, and emphasizes that just get this run over with, and then we'll be at Titan and we can do stuff over and over and over again. And so Grace withdraws and watches endless videos because Kendra won't interact with her the way she wants. But it's okay, because when they get to Titan, they're going to do amazing, amazing things together, right? Well, maybe. See, Kendra is trying to line up other work, other cargo runs she can make, other things she can be doing. She has to go drop off her existing cargo. She has to see to her ship's maintenance and so on. And Grace basically gets left on her own around the house. And when she does wander away for a little bit, she ends up in a group of kids who are going to be going on a field trip to a place Grace really wants to see on Titan, a lab on the surface that looks outside of the pressure domes and such, where the livable habitats are. And so she makes plans. When Kendra goes off, Grace goes to meet the kids the next day and stows along on the field trip. And it's great. It's wonderful. She gets to see outside onto Titan's surface, and she gets to hear from scientists, and accidentally gets locked in a room behind. Now, she eventually gets out, but when she gets home, when Kendra comes to get her, she is in trouble, and she gets to do even less for the remainder of her stay on Titan. This was really, really good. The family dynamic between Grace and her mom and Kendra was fantastic. It was not the most complicated story in the world, but it was the grass is always greener on the other side, told really, really well with a fun science fiction-y spin. This could have just as easily been a story about a kid living in a small town who has one parent who's a trucker who takes them on a run. It could have been one of the stories told in Dear Mr. Henshaw by Beverly Cleary, where Lee talks about his life with his mom, but also the truck run he got to make with his dad. Except with less boredom and with more of his parents both loving him and trying to do fun stuff with him. The art style is lots of fun. It's colorful, and some of the landscapes are downright beautiful. The scenes of Titan's desolation are especially impressive, with the literal oceans of liquid methane that Grace gets to see. The weightless scenes earlier in the book, where the character's hair flips around based on how they're moving were incredibly detailed, and I'm impressed by how much work must have gone into thinking through the movement and how things would flow in zero gravity. It was a lot of fun, and I really, really recommend it. If you like stories like some of Raina Telgemeier's graphic novels, notably Sisters, I think you'd like this. If you like sci-fi elements as well. If you like stories where kids don't really understand their dad, you could try the book How to Train Your Dad by Gary Paulson. And if you like that, you might like this. And I highly recommend it. Go borrow it from your local public library. Now, with all that said, it wasn't quite perfect. There are spoilers ahead because I have to talk about the deal breakers. Now, it's pretty minor, but it's kind of annoying when a book is sold as one thing on the inside and another on the out. Inside the story itself, Kendra is only ever referred to as Grace's Ba, which for me was a wonderfully ambiguous title. I didn't know when I was first reading early in the book whether it was, also her mom or a stepmom or an aunt or her mom's sister, or, which I guess those two things are the same, or someone else. I didn't know the circumstances. And it led to a dawning realization about the relationship between Grace's mom and Kendra and how they interact with each other later in the book. And the back of the book just flat out calls them the boring mom, Evelyn, and the exciting mom, Kendra. It felt like it took a little bit away from it, figuring out for yourself what this relationship is between these people, who they are, and why is the relationship the way it is. Now, the resolution was wonderful. On the way back from Titan, Kendra's ship has a problem, and she can't fix it, and so who do they call? Well, they end up calling the best engineer that they know, Grace's mom, and she comes out, and it's a very, very, very delicate matter to dock with a moving spacecraft, but she does it, and she's able to fix the problem and get things online. And when she gives Grace an opportunity to come back the rest of the way with her, Grace decides to stick with Kendra because she's seen how Grace works with Evelyn and how she can help and be a part of things and be someone to talk with. And they decide they need that extra time together. And that was all good. And I loved the relationship between the three of them and how they sort of bounce off each other and how Kendra and Evelyn are sort of not really impressed with the other person, and you can see the tension between them. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Go borrow it from your local public library if you're in the mood for light science fiction and lots on the family side of things. It's good. While I'm on that topic, if you use and appreciate the services offered by your public library, why not take just 1 minute and tell the powers that be exactly that? Tell your mayor, tell a council member, tell your MP or MLA that you use and support public libraries. We're at a time where some public libraries aren't getting sustainable funding to continue improving the quality of the programs, services, and materials they offer. And a few good words in the right ears might make a world of difference. And if by some chance you are a library staff member, don't forget that watching my videos counts as professional development time. With that, thanks for listening to me talk like my head was out in space talking about this. By all means, please like, please subscribe, and please check back to see what else I have to talk about from the Cow Hat Library. Thank you. Bye now.